We're going to start off by seated today. So you might want to sit on a folded blanket or place a blanket underneath your feet so that, you know, you're kind of sitting on a nice soft blanket here like this. So find a nice, comfortable, soft seat to start with. Let's ground down through your sit bones. Lengthening through your spine. Roll your shoulders up towards your ears and slide them down and away. And let's bring our palms either face up or face down on your knees, thumb and index touching. So upward facing is Gyan Mudra, downward facing is Chin Mudra. Lift your crown up towards the sky. And I invite you to take the first few moments of your practice to come into stillness. And we do that through the pathway of our breath. The breath is the bridge between the mind and the body. So begin to observe the natural rhythm of your breath, the in and out, the ebb and flow, the rise and fall, without trying to change your breath too much for the moment, observing its natural pace, the natural depth of your breath. We're working with lunar energy today in our practice. It's a full moon, the first full moon after the summer solstice. So it's the brightest, most luminous moon that we have the year. We also have a penumbral eclipse taken place. Penumbral eclipse is a partial eclipse that harnesses and directs and focuses energy very powerfully. So our practice will be about creating some expansion and openness, but also to concentrate our mind. So we'll start by concentrating our mind on our breath. Three more breaths here in your own rhythm. And should you naturally begin to deepen and lengthen your breath through this awareness of breath, then notice how the breath is traveling deeper into your lower lungs, perhaps even deeper into your abdomen. And notice how when you exhale, you might be exhaling from deep here in your abdomen, your lower lungs. So lengthening and deepening that breath happens effortlessly when we begin to watch our breath, bear witness to it. Inhaling, let's bring our palms together at our heart center in Namaskar, opening our practice by chanting Om, the primordial sound of the universe, 3 times. Inhale fully through your nose. Exhale completely through open mouth to wash out the breath. Inhale. Om. Inhale. Om. Inhale. Om. Hands to your eyebrow center. Namaste. And welcome to your practice. We're going to practice an alone-vilome, alternate nostril breathing. So this moon is also called Guru Purnima moon. It is a moon that Guru means to dispel darkness, to move from the dark into the light, dispelling ignorance, dispelling untruth. And so the brightness of the moon casts light to enable us to see the truth, to see the knowledge, to bear witness to the truth. So it's also about balancing our left and right. So Shiva and Shakti are the feminine and masculine forces. And this time of whenever we have a full moon or a new moon, we seek to balance our feminine, lunar, receptive, cooling energy with our solar, dark, light, masculine, active energy. So Shakti is the feminine energy, Shiva is the masculine. They are said to meet here at our eyebrow center. So our left and right channels meet here to bring balance. So we'll practice our breath. With your dominant hand, folding your peace fingers. So that's your index and middle. Thumb, ring, and little finger extended, Vishnu Mudra. Bring your hand in front of your face. As you inhale, draw the breath in through the left nostril, rising up towards the eyebrow center, your Ajna chakra. And then as you exhale, down out through the right nostril. So visualize this peak, this mountain as you climb up on the in-breath and down as you exhale. And we're going to cover each nostril so that we are breathing in and out of one nostril at a time. Inhale fully through both. Exhale completely through both. Cover the right nostril. Inhale left nostril. Cover the left nostril. Uncover the right. Exhale right. Inhale right. Cover the right. Exhale left by uncovering that nostril. Inhale left. Cover the left, uncover right. Exhale right. Inhale right. Cover the right, uncover left. Exhale left. Inhale left. Cover the left. Uncover the right. Exhale right. Inhale right. Uncover the left. Exhale left. Release the breath. Release your hands. Take a moment here. We're going to come into our first pose. And for our first pose, let's bring the soles of our feet together. And create some space here so that you have a generous diamond with your legs. Inhale to lengthen your spine, lifting your crown. As you exhale, hinge from your waist and fold forward. Your option for your hands are to take hold of your feet, or you can thread your forearms underneath your legs and then soften through your back, your upper back, shoulders, neck, and head. So you'll be in two variations, hands on your feet or forearms on the earth. So visualize here the moon. The fullness of the moon. Perhaps you place the moon at your heart space here and connect with your sankalpa, your intention. So here today we're going to be releasing. The full moon is a period of manifestation. So release all that has not served us in the last month, and we focus on what we have manifested or what we are working towards manifesting, what we are envisioning or dreaming. So with each out breath, release and let go. And with each in-breath, draw in the light of inspiration into your heart space. This full moon, it gives us clarity with which to see what is our true heart's intent, what our life's purpose is. And my dog's purpose is to be rolling around. One more breath here. Inhaling, begin to walk your hands back towards your body. Unfurl your spine to rise up. Take a moment here, and with helping hands, let's draw our knees together. The soles of your feet are on the earth. Lengthen here, so you might place your fingertips on the earth to lengthen. Going to come into a gentle twist here. We'll go to the left side first. So inhale and reach up with your arms long. As you exhale, take your left arm behind you and take your right arm to the outside of your left knee. And then look over your left shoulder here. You can bring your fingertips of your right hand into the Gyan Mudra. If that feels too intense, you can rest your forearm on your knees. We'll be here for 1 minute. And sense this openness across your heart. Again, visualize the expansiveness of the moon. This moon is also the moon, full moon in Capricorn. So Capricorn is a sign that navigates tricky paths, climbs the mountains, overcomes hurdles, barriers, obstacles. One more breath here. Let it inhale, release your arms, reach up through center, open your arms out wide as if holding the fullness of the moon between your palms. And then as you exhale, let's turn the other way, taking your right hand behind you, left arm to the outside of your right knee. And gaze over your right shoulder. Twisting in the other direction now. And again, we'll be on this side for a minute. Option always, as usual, is to be able to bring your forearm to your knees so that the twist is less intense. Thumb and index perhaps touching in Gyan Mudra, the seal of wisdom. Guru Purnima is honoring the process by which we move away from ignorance and untruth to a place of knowledge, knowing, enlightenment. And we might do this process by learning from someone, our teachers, mentors, role models, parents. Or we may be inspired by things in nature, the sunset and the sunrise, the cycle of the moon, the power of the ocean, the cycle of life as a seed grows into a tree. Our inspiration might be found in the smallest of things or in the greatest of things. One more breath here. Inhale, turn your head to center, followed by your arms. Reach up, open your palms as if holding the fullness of the moon. And then let's exhale, hands to the earth. We're coming into a reclined butterfly. So this is where I invite you to reach for your bolster or your makeshift bolster, your large pillows. So we'll come into different variations. So I have my bolster and bricks available. So I'll show you different options here. If you have bricks or some heavy books, you simply line them up. You can place your bolster on top. You might angle it by placing some pillows so that your bolster is at a comfortable angle. Or you might, if you do not have those available and you have a low stool, so you might place your low stool on your mat where it won't slip. And again, you might place your bolster on your low stool. You can really construct some very comfortable variations of your bolster using household objects. Now I'm going to have a blanket ready so that I can use it as a pillow underneath my head, because I have very tight, I have a curvature in my spine and very tight shoulders, so I like to have a blanket there for a pillow. Bring your lower back up against your bolster, your large pillows, your cushions, your rolled up blanket. Hands either side of the earth and lower onto your bolster. And then if you want to make sure that you have a cushion or a folded blanket underneath your head, you're comfortable. Your soles of your feet are together, arms resting on the earth, palms open, fingers gently curled. If that does not feel comfortable for your legs in butterfly, you can bring the soles of your feet onto the earth so that your knees are bent. You come into your variation with your lower body, and hopefully everybody is able to elevate their back at a comfortable angle. And when you're in your reclined butterfly and you are comfortable, begin to close your eyes. Turn your gaze inward. And if, like me, you can see the window, look up into the sky knowing that the moon is there. We'll be here for 3 minutes. So soften, relax, release. As you rest here in reclined butterfly, I will chant the mantra for this Guru Purnima moon. This mantra is about leading us from untruth to truth, leading us from darkness to light, leading us from death to immortality. This is one of the great mantras, Vedic mantras. Asato sadgamaya, tamasomā jyotir gamaya, mrityormāamritam gamaya. Om asato sadgamaya, tamasomā jyotir gamaya, mrityormāamritam gamaya. Om asato sadgamaya, tamasomā jyotir gamaya, mrityormāamritam gamaya. Om śhānti, śhānti, śhānti. Lead me from untruth to truth. Lead me from ignorance to knowing. Lead me from darkness to light. Lead me from death to immortality. Peace within, peace without, peace all around. One more breath here in reclined, in supported butterfly. In your turning your palms down towards the earth, so that you can support yourself as you inhale, lifting yourself up with care, that you rise from the reclined position. Bring your knees together with your hands. Take a moment here, and from here we're going to transition into a supported balasana. So if you have your bolster handy. If you have your low footstool, have that available, or your cushions. Because we're going to sit in frog pose. So it's a squat, yogi squat, balasana. So I'll give you two variations. So if you have your bolster, sit on your bolster. And let's take your knees quite far apart. Toes turned out, so knees and toes are pointing in the same direction. And then bring your elbows to the inside of your knees, palms together. If there's not, you don't have to brace your knees with your elbows. You can simply rest your knees on the inside of your knees, your elbows inside of your knees. So that's one variation. You can do this without a support, yogi's choice. And then if you sit on a slightly higher stool, you'll notice that you have even more space. This time you might rest your elbows on your knees, because otherwise coming between your knees will take you a little too low. So the higher your seat will depend on where the elbows are positioned. It's a supported balasana. I'm going to be here for 2 minutes. And you'll probably be like, Callie, this is super comfortable. Can we stay here for even longer? So again, what we're working with is our water element here. So the moon is associated with the element of water. And the moon also sits with our second chakra, Swadhisthana chakra. So here we're working with our second chakra at the pelvic area, the sacral area. There's a round circle with a crescent moon resting in it, so the fullness of the moon or the crescent moon within. And it's associated with the flow of water, creativity, creation. We'll be here for 1 more minute. Your eyes can be closed or gazing towards the horizon. Feeling a sense of harmony and balance here. Equanimity. As your palms are pressed together, left to right, right to left. Symbolizes the meeting of the masculine and the feminine. The union between Shiva and Shakti. The balance between lunar and solar. The balance between the sun and the moon. Three more breaths. We're going to release our namaskar and then walk our feet together here just for a moment. And you might want to windshield wiper your knees from left to right. It will help release the hip flexors because there's been a lot of tension there as we've been sitting in this pose. We're going to move directly into dragon pose or lizard pose. So again, you might have your low footstool or your bolster handy for this. Let's come onto our knees, not for long. So we're going to step forward with our right foot to the top of the mat. Now have your right foot on the outside of your right hand. This is where if you have your footstool or your bolster handy, you might bring your forearms down onto your bolster. Your right knee is slightly fanning out, your right toes are slightly turned out. There's a diagonal in your left leg. If you want to pad that left knee, find your blanket and place your blanket underneath that knee. you don't have a bolster or your low footstool available, you can have your hands resting on the earth. If you wish to lower your forearms onto the earth, you can do that too. Yogi's choice about where they are with their hands and forearms. So again, we're creating openness, space, expansiveness, working particularly with our Swadhisthana chakra to honor this full moon. We'll be here for 1 minute. If at any point you wish to deepen and intensify the experience, you can come lower to the earth. If you wish to ease away from the intensity, rise up onto your hands. One more breath here. And then let's begin to walk our hands back, shuffle that toe, that foot to the middle. And you might just want to rock gently backwards and forwards here, just to soften through that right leg and through the hip plexus before you step back with your right knee. Take a moment here in neutral spine, tabletop. And then let's step forward with our left foot. And again, bring your left hand to the inside of your left foot. Shuffle your left foot out. Turn your knee and your toes slightly out to create more space. Again, you'll be resting on your right knee. Pad your knee if you wish. Your hands might be planted on the earth. They might be on a bolster or your low footstool, which gives you even more height. Be a high-flying dragon here in this variation. You could be on your forearms, onto your bolster, onto the earth. Dragon pose. This dragon pose represents transformation. So when you're in a place of knowing, of knowledge, of wisdom, you can create transformation and change. When we stay within our comfort zones, when we stay within only what we know, we reinforce our beliefs, we create echo chambers, we repeat patterns of behavior. So learning more, challenging our thinking, being willing to be open and receptive to new ideas, new ways of thinking, new knowledge, can expand our horizons. We'll be here for 1 more minute. So come into a less or more intense variation as you wish. In yin, we come into a pose, we meet our edge. We stay within that edge. We might challenge that edge, but we seek not to move beyond that edge out of compassion and respect for our body. Three more breaths here. And then let's come onto your hands if you're on your forearms. Shuffle that left foot towards the middle of the mat, and you might just gently move backwards and forwards here. And then let's step back along with our left knee. coming onto the mat. From here, we're going to move directly into melting heart pose, Anahatasan. If you wish to have your folded blankets, your cushions, you could always have them underneath your heart space. I'm going to come onto our forearms and then see where our heart rests. And this might be far enough for us. We might be happy here. If it feels too intense, we can always fold in one forearm. And then we can rest our eyebrow center on the earth or on our back of our hand, back of our forearm. If you wish to come closer to the earth, stretch forward with your hands so that your arms are extended and your eyebrow center is on the earth or a blanket or a cushion. Again, if this feels too intense, fold in one arm, which will ease the extension across your shoulders. So come into your variation of melting heart, Anahatasan. You'll either have some cushions or a bolster underneath your heart space, which lifts the earth up towards you, and then you can rest your heart space. Or you might have your eyebrow center on the earth. We'll be here for 3 minutes. I'll give you the option if you're in half variation with one arm folded so that you have an equal time with the other arm folded in. Again, here at the back of your heart space, visualize the fullness of the moon. It's also known as the buck moon. And you think about a deer with its antlers, the stag with its antlers, the full antlers, the greatness here. Let's fold in the other forearm if your one arm is extended, and then re-extend the opposite arm. If at any point you wish to ease away from melting heart, come onto your forearms rather than having your arms extended. Perhaps you sit back in child's pose. So this is also the season when there's lots of showers, thunderstorms. And the partial eclipse, the penumbral eclipse, is also known as the thunder moon eclipse at this time of year. Let's have 3 more breaths here. And then when you're ready, engage your core. Begin to walk your hands back towards your body if they're both extended, coming back all the way to child's pose. Rest your eyebrow center on the earth, on a blanket or cushion, and take your arms alongside your body, palms face up. If you have a bolster available, you can take the bolster lengthways and place it between your legs so that you can rest your heart space on your bolster or your child's pose option. We'll be here for 3 breaths. Let's take Brahmi breath here, that honeybee breath, the buzzing breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, making a humming sound through your closed lips, softly parted teeth. You should feel the vibration here in your heart space, around your head. One more here. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, Brahmi, lips closed, teeth softly parted, making a humming or a buzzing sound like the honeybee. Bringing your hands alongside your bolster or your shoulders, rise up from child's pose. We're going to come into a forward fold caterpillar. Extend your legs long. Now, depending on your hamstrings, you might prefer to place a large pillow or your cushion underneath your knees so that your knees are supported. This is the supported caterpillar variation. Lengthening through your spine, reaching up with your arms. Create some space, expansive space here, and then let's fold forward by hinging from the hips and waist. And then rest your hands wherever they land. It could be on your shins or your feet. And then soften through your upper body. So this is the supported variation. You don't wish to use a bolster, or you don't have one available, or no pillows handy. Extend your legs long. Have some softness around your knees. Again, reaching up and exhaling to hinge forward. Come into forward fold here. And again, soften and round, releasing here. You can always fold up a blanket and also place that underneath your knees. Again, work with the light of the moon here. What is your inspiration? What are your dreams? Especially those dreams that feel far away, or impossible, or unachievable, unattainable. This full moon allows you to dream the impossible. Three more breaths here in folded caterpillar. Inhaling, begin to lift your gaze. Then unfold your spine one vertebra at a time as your hands slide up towards your body. Removing your bolster or your blanket from underneath your knees. We're going to bring our legs up onto the wall here, or your chair. So if you have your chair, and I don't have my chair handy, I'm near a wall, but if you have your chair, imagine this footstool is your chair, so it'll be higher up. What I'm going to ask you to do is bend into your knees, and then place your your lower legs. So they'll be like this. Imagine my footstool is all the way up. So that your lower legs are resting on your chair. Or perhaps you place bolster or some large pillows on your lower footstool. That's option one. This is a very gentle variation of legs up the wall. If you're near a wall, shuffle right up to the wall so that your hip comes up against the wall here. And then lift your legs and begin to turn your body so that you now turn your upper body. So here, if you do this by bringing your side body up against the wall, you'll be really close to the wall with your sit bones. And then extend your legs. Have a softness in your knees and a softness in your feet and toes. So this is called Vipariti Karani. Being your variation of legs raised. So lifting our legs. And you'll notice how you feel a sense of gravity drawing down your legs. Your hips and pelvis will feel very heavy here and very deeply grounded and rooted into the earth. You might place your hands in a yoni mudra, so thumbs touching, index touching, creating a downward pointing triangle. Maybe you rest that on the soft part of your belly underneath your belly button, underneath your navel. Another option is to have your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your abdomen. Closing your eyes here. Just check how your back of your neck is. So I often notice that I lift my chin up very high, so slightly tuck your chin so that the back of your skull is up in the earth. That lengthens your neck. Now that this moon is illuminating all that you need to see, need to be aware of, need to witness. Sometimes it may be uncomfortable, unfamiliar, most certainly unwelcome even. And then use your out breath to discharge negative emotions or reactions or responses. Have this sense of bearing witness in the way that you do with your breath, noticing without attachment, without judgment. And if you can take a more objective, critical awareness, your learning, your wisdom will grow. This is super comfortable. You may go, do you want to move from here? We will be transitioning in another 10 breaths. So let's make those 10 breaths go slowly, lengthening the out breath. So inhaling deeply with the in breath, lengthening, extending the out breath. So perhaps you breathe in for 4, breathe out for 6. Perhaps you double that out breath. So breathing in 4, 4, breathing out for 8. Three more breaths. And if your legs are extended up the wall, just bend into your knees. And begin to turn to pivot from your hips so that your feet come back down towards the earth, and then maybe you shift your hips to the middle. And if your legs are on your chair, again, let's just bend into our knees and bring them down to the earth. So my dog has taken my seat as his bed for the moment. Thank you. From here, stay where you are on the earth. Maybe you move your chair out of the way or your footstool. If you have your pillows or cushions handy, keep them available. We're coming into a supine twist, and we'll make use of our cushions and our pillows and bolsters. So let's place our bolster or pillow or cushions along the left-hand side, along our left leg. So you're still on the earth here. Inhale, begin to hug in your knees here for a moment. Just before we move into our twist, let's take our arms alongside the middle of our legs and take your hands either to the back of your thighs. Hopefully you can see me, my dog's not in front of me. Or thread them through the middle and take your peace fingers around your big toes or your hands around the outside edge of your feet here. So you're in happy baby. So your hands could be at the back of your thighs, threaded through the middle to the outside of your feet, peace fingers wrapped around your big toes. You can even take your hands and double bind them around your legs. Yogi's choice. Let's come into a sustainable, happy baby here. One more here. And release your toes, your feet, your hands from the back of your thighs. Open your arms, and we're going to drop our knees over to the left. So your legs will rest on your pillow here, or your cushion. So that's a very gentle supine twist. If you wish to create more space or more intensity, you can place the bolster between your low legs. I'm not sure you can see me because my dog's there, so I'll go around the other way. think my dog's turning into a werewolf this full moon. Never so cheeky. Soften here in your supine twist. Three more breaths here. Inhaling. Remove your bolster if you have it in the middle of your legs and hug your knees back to center here. Take a moment here, and again we're going to come into happy baby. So take your hands to the back of your legs. If you're seeing me and my dogs, I don't know how I'm keeping a straight face. Hands to the back of your legs, thread your arms to the middle, take hold of your big toes or the outside of your feet. So you might have missed the dog sitting on my head, which I'm hoping you did. Let's release our feet from happy baby and come into our twist on the right side. So let's drop our legs over to the right with our knees bent. So at some point, I'm hoping you'd have moved your bolster over. Well, now might be a good time to do that. Place your legs on your bolster. And again, you have the option of placing the bolster between your legs, which gives you a different experience of feeling rested. The weight on your bottom leg and the support for your upper leg feel very restful. So this time we're twisting over to the right. Three more breaths here in your supine twist. And when you're ready, engage your core and inhale to center. Hug your knees in here by wrapping your arms around your lower legs. Perhaps you gently roll on your lower back from left to right, or curled up as small as you can go here. And inhale, bring your eyebrow center to your knees just for a moment. And then let's release our legs long to the earth, preparing for your Shavasana. Now you can have your bolster or your large pillows underneath your knees, arms extended and away from your body, palms face up, fingers gently curled. If you are feeling cool, have your blanket at hand and perhaps you cover yourself with your blanket. Maybe you put on your socks. Tuck your chin slightly here so that you lengthen the back of your neck, either covering your eyes with your eye pillow or closing them. And resting here in Shavasana. So we'll be here in Shavasana for the rest of this practice. And then from here, we'll transition into our gong settling. So you stay where you are when we start our gong settling. Make sure you're comfortable here.